What if I told you the most terrifying predator in history might still be lurking in our oceans? I'm talking about a shark so big it makes a great white look like a goldfish. This isn't just a monster movie plot. We're diving into the legend of the Megalodon. For millions of years, this colossal beast ruled the seas. A true apex predator, the size of a school bus with teeth as long as your hand. Science says it went extinct millions of years ago, but what if science is wrong? What if this absolute unit of a shark is still out there, hiding in the darkest corners of the ocean? Today, we're revealing 5 jaw-dropping proofs that the Megalodon might still be out there. From chilling eyewitness accounts to mysterious sonar pings, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew about the ocean. Let's dive in. Let's start with the most compelling evidence, recent sightings that have left even the most skeptical experts scratching their heads. We're not talking about blurry photos or tall tales. These are credible, detailed accounts from experienced sailors, fishermen, and marine biologists who know the ocean better than anyone. One South African fisherman, a veteran of the sea, saw a shadow so massive it blocked out the sun beneath his boat. He was so shaken by the encounter that he sold his boat the very next week, unable to return to the water. In 2013, a Japanese research vessel captured eerie footage of a shape over 60 feet long gliding past their deep-sea cameras. The crew, all seasoned professionals, were convinced they'd filmed a living megalodon, and the footage sent shockwaves through the marine science community. These aren't isolated incidents. Dozens of similar reports have surfaced over the last 50 years, scattered across the globe, from the Pacific to the Atlantic, and even in the Indian Ocean. In the 1960s, sailors described a monstrous white shark that dwarfed their 50-foot vessel, leaving the entire crew in awe and fear. Their stories were so consistent, it's hard to believe they were all mistaken. In the 1990s, Gulf of Mexico fishermen reported something massive stealing their catches and snapping steel cables, equipment designed to withstand the strongest known sharks. We even ran our own experiment, dropping a massive chum slick and deep-sea cameras in a sighting hotspot. On the second night, our reinforced camera rig was violently ripped away, the cable shredded as if bitten through by something with unimaginable power. An engineering expert told us the force required was astronomical, like a colossal bite from a creature far beyond anything we've ever documented in these waters. Local fishermen just nodded. They've lost gear like that for years, and to them, it's just another day at sea. They've learned to accept the unknown. These eyewitness accounts are often dismissed by skeptics, but when so many credible people describe the same thing, you have to ask, what's really out there, lurking just beneath the surface? The pattern is undeniable, a gigantic shark-like creature, far larger than any known species, seen in deep, open waters where few dare to venture. Even a declassified Cold War naval report logged an unidentified biological target moving at impossible speeds and depths. The sonar operator's personal log had just one word: Megalodon? We may not have a perfect photo, but the sheer volume and consistency of these sightings are staggering. Each report adds another piece to a puzzle that's too big to ignore. It's like 1,000 people describing a giraffe before anyone's seen one. They might get details wrong, but they're all seeing the same unbelievable animal. The similarities in their stories are impossible to dismiss, and that's just the beginning. The ocean is vast, mysterious, and still holds secrets we can barely imagine. What else could be waiting to be discovered? If stories aren't enough to convince you, let's talk about the physical evidence. Massive, unexplained bite marks that defy logic and science. These aren't just old sailor tales or blurry photos. We're talking about real, tangible scars left on some of the ocean's largest creatures. Marine biologists have discovered whales with enormous, semicircular scars, some stretching nearly 6 feet across. These wounds are so large and so deep that no known shark, not even the largest great white, could possibly make a mark that size. The scale is simply off the charts. To investigate, we built a life-sized mechanical megalodon jaw and tested it on ballistic gel shaped like a whale. The resulting bite matched the real whale scars almost perfectly, down to the serration patterns and depth. It was a chilling match, but it's not just whales. In the 1980s, a U.S. nuclear submarine returned to port with deep, serrated scratches and puncture marks along its hull. Embedded in the rubber coating was a tooth fragment, abnormally large, not fossilized, and eerily similar to a megalodon's. The crew was baffled, and the incident was quickly hushed up. the official report was classified, but rumors persist to this day. Something with massive, serrated teeth bit a nuclear submarine, leaving behind evidence that couldn't be explained by any known animal. We replicated the bite with our mechanical jaw, pressing it into submarine-grade rubber. The marks were eerily similar, almost indistinguishable from the real thing. The implications are staggering. The force needed to damage a submarine or sever steel cables is off the charts. Over 20 times the bite force of a great white. Only something truly gigantic could generate that kind of power, crushing metal as if it were nothing. In 1989, a deep-sea satellite was recovered with huge bite marks and a serrated tooth bigger than a man's hand. The tooth vanished from records, fueling speculation that someone wanted this evidence to disappear. Reports of deep-sea cables being severed and equipment mangled keep surfacing, always with the same pattern. Bite radius and tooth size far beyond any known predator. Engineers and scientists are left scratching their heads. The evidence is staring us in the face. 6-foot bite marks, mangled steel, and missing equipment. Each incident adds another piece to the puzzle, making the mystery even harder to ignore. These are the scars left by a giant that may never have left. The ocean still holds secrets, and some of them bite back. Eyewitnesses and bite marks are compelling, but what if we could actually track this thing? Enter deep-sea sonar, the technology that lets us peer into the abyss and follow what our eyes can't see. For decades, the ocean's greatest mysteries have stayed hidden. But sonar is changing the game. In 2012, a University of Hawaii team mapping the Mariana Trench picked up a biological target between 50 and 80 feet long, moving like a massive predator, not a whale. The size alone was astonishing, but it was the movement that truly set it apart. The team tracked it for hours as it circled their submersible, then vanished into the trench. It was as if the creature was curious, or perhaps even hunting, before slipping away into the darkness where no human could follow. Similar sonar logs from oil companies, naval patrols, and research missions all report megafauna or unidentified biologicals that dwarf any known animal. These aren't isolated incidents, they're a pattern, scattered across the globe. We joined a deep-sea survey off Mexico with the most advanced sonar array available, determined to see if the legends were true and if the data would reveal something extraordinary. For days, nothing. Then, a massive contact appeared, over 70 feet long, moving with purpose at 4,000 feet down. The readings were so clear, there was no mistaking the size or the intent behind its movement. The sonar techs were speechless. Even the most experienced among them had never seen anything like it, and the tension on the ship was electric. It wasn't a submarine, it was biological. The signature was unmistakable, living, breathing, and enormous. We watched as it moved with impossible speed and agility for its size, then dove deeper and vanished. It left behind only questions and a sense of awe. Modern sonar can distinguish machines from living creatures, analyzing movement patterns and density to tell the difference. These readings consistently show a single massive biological entity. It's not a school of fish or a pod of whales, just one gigantic animal. The ocean is 95% unexplored. Its depths are a world apart, filled with secrets we're only beginning to uncover. For a deepwater hunter like the Megalodon, these depths are the perfect hiding place. Down here, even giants can remain invisible. The sonar data is a trail of digital breadcrumbs, each blip another clue, each anomaly a piece of a much larger puzzle. Different agencies, different equipment, different parts of the world, all tracking the same phenomenon, a creature that fits the Megalodon's size, speed, and behavior. The evidence is mounting, and the mystery is only growing deeper. It's a ghost in the machine, and we're just learning how to see it. The hunt has only just begun. Now let's go from the ocean depths to the genetic code. What if the ghost of the Megalodon is hiding in the DNA of living sharks? Recently, geneticists studying modern sharks found ancient DNA sequences buried in their genomes, sequences that matched reconstructed Megalodon DNA from fossils. One scientist described it as finding a lost Shakespeare paragraph in a modern novel. This discovery links modern sharks directly to the Megalodon. There are two possibilities. Either these are ancient leftovers from a common ancestor, or, more radically, a small population of megalodons survived and interbred with other sharks, injecting fresh DNA into the gene pool. To test this, we sequenced DNA from over 500 deepwater sharks worldwide. The results were shocking. Megalodon DNA was more prevalent in sharks from deep ocean regions where mysterious sightings and sonar contacts occur. If the DNA was just an ancient leftover, it would be randomly distributed. But it's concentrated in specific hotspots. This suggests a recent source, possibly a surviving megalodon population. The DNA doesn't lie. It tells a story millions of years in the making. The question isn't if there's a connection, but how recent is it? Is it a faint echo, or the result of a living relic in the deep ocean? Our final proof is the most undeniable, the vast, unexplored nature of our oceans. We've explored less than 5% of Earth's oceans. Over 95% is a complete mystery. The Pacific alone is wider than all the continents combined, millions of cubic miles we've never seen. To say we know what's down there is arrogant. The Megalodon was a deep ocean hunter. If it survived, it would be in the places we've barely begun to explore. Consider the coelacanth, a fish thought extinct for 65 million years, found alive in 1938, or the giant squid, a legend until it was filmed in 2012. The ocean is the perfect place to hide a secret. Every new trench reveals new species. When someone says the megalodon is extinct, they mean it's extinct from the 5% we know. The other 95%? Endless possibility. The ocean does the hiding for it. The lack of evidence isn't proof of absence, it's proof of how little we've looked. So there you have it, 5 pieces of evidence that are hard to ignore. From credible eyewitnesses and massive bite marks to mysterious sonar blips, ancient DNA, and the vast unknown of our oceans, the evidence points to something massive and powerful living in the deep, fitting the megalodon's description. Science says there's no definitive proof, but the ocean is the last true frontier. What we've shown you is a trail of clues leading into the dark. Is it coincidence or the shadow of the world's ultimate predator? Do you think the Megalodon is still out there? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more mind-blowing mysteries. We're just getting started.